Hey guys, it feels so weird to be picking up a camera again for the first time in like a month, which I can't even remember the last time I took an entire month off of filming, but I have been so sick these last few weeks to the point that I literally thought I had COVID again, but no, I was all negative. It was just a really bad head and chest cold that had me out for like a month, was coming for my lungs. But I am back now. I am super excited to get back to making videos again like this one. So let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered if it's time to change your niche and to pivot your branding and switch up your content, but you've sort of held yourself back and wondered, is this the right move? How is this going to affect things? Is this a good idea? And trust me, I am very familiar with that anxiety, that fear, and that uneasiness as a content creator. So today I want to talk a little bit about figuring out when it is the right time to pivot your brand and your content and the best steps to take in order to have that transition be a little bit more seamless and natural. So the first thing is really just recognizing the signs of when it might be time. It's not something that just happens for every creator after a certain amount of time of having your channel and creating content. There's no specific time period attached to it. It's different for every creator. Some creators go through it, others don't. So you just have to be on the lookout for those signs and when it's starting to look like it might be time for you. For some creators, it's a very natural progression where you first began making content as a child or in high school, and now you're going to college or you're getting married and starting a family. So as your entire life is changing, your channel and your content are changing with you. For some other creators, it's more of a conscious decision and choice you have to make. Maybe you've just completely run out of things to talk about and you need to branch out to have more things to talk about. Maybe your growth has become a little bit stagnant and you're wanting to reach a wider or just a different audience. Maybe there is something new happening in your life that you're a lot more excited to be making content about than what it is you've been making content about up to now. So if you ever ask yourself if it's time to change up or pivot your content, those are some of the signs you may want to be looking out for, as well as some others. That usually gives you a pretty good indication of whether or not it's time for a move. So then once you've decided that it is in fact time to make a change and start pivoting your channel and or your content, then it's time to create a plan. Take it from me, improving and going with the flow is really not going to help you execute things very well. It's only going to confuse you and make things even harder. You basically want to sit down and pinpoint what is your branding right now? What is it that you're creating? Who is it you're creating for? What is your overall branding? Then you want to pinpoint what your new branding is going to be. What is it that you want to do with your content? Who is it you want to target as an audience? What is this overall new branding that you want to be targeting with your content? That is then going to make it much easier to draw a content map from point A to point B to make that transition a whole lot easier. So for example, I spent like 2 years on YouTube making nothing but videos all about how to get views, subscribers, and grow on YouTube, to then wanting to sort of branch out and broaden my content and make more videos about content creation, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, working for yourself, building an online presence and a brand on social media. So sort of still along the same lines as my initial branding, but still quite a bit broader and different. When you have a clear-cut image of what your current branding looks like and what your future branding is going to look like, it's then a lot easier to create a solid plan with actionable steps of how to get from point A to point B and make that transition a lot more natural and a lot more seamless. It's just a lot less random, a lot less improv, go with the flow, and a lot more actionable. So then after you have come up with your plan, then it's time to actually execute your pivot. For this, I definitely recommend a more gradual introduction of your new content or your new brand aesthetic so that it doesn't completely throw your audience off balance and confuse the heck out of them. The way I would highly recommend you go about it is to keep making the content you're already making, but start also incorporating some of your new content. That way, the shift and the transition is already happening before your audience is aware of it, and once you reach point B, it's already happened before they're aware of it. Just sort of gives your audience a little bit more time to adjust to that transition. So for example, I went from every single upload on my channel being all around how to get views, subscribers, and growth on YouTube, to posting one video under that content branch of how to grow on YouTube, and then another weekly upload under the newer branch of new content I was planning all about more broadly content creation, entrepreneurship, and all that stuff. Going cold turkey with a content transition or a branding change is really not the best way to go go about it, and you definitely want a more gradual and seamless transition. Now, something to note and understand when it comes to pivoting and transitioning in social media, not everyone is coming with you. There will be a certain portion of your current audience that doesn't have much interest in the new content you're creating, while at the same time there may be a huge portion of your current audience that is interested in your new content. However, there is a chance that you may begin to see less views on your videos than before, your videos having less reach than before, your videos getting a little bit less performance and engagement than before. You might even lose a few subscribers and see a dip in your subscriber count. But the really great thing about pivoting your content and expanding a little bit more is that you're opening yourself up to a wider and new audience. So while you might be losing subscribers, you might be getting less views on your videos than before, you are opening yourself up to a brand new market of potential audience members, viewers, and subscribers. So eventually, even though you are currently losing subscribers and viewers, you are opening yourself up to a whole brand new potential of subscribers and viewers also. Just a fair warning that that is something that often comes with pivoting or changing your brand, transitioning, switching things up a little bit, and unfortunately that is a necessary evil when it comes to protecting your peace as a content creator. Sometimes pivoting is exactly what you need to remain inspired and excited to create content, and that is a necessary evil that just has to come with it. But fortunately, like I said, that is not a permanent thing, and you will have a whole lot more potential for growth. But that, you guys, is it for this video. That is everything I had to share all about the best steps to take if you want to pivot your brand on social media. As always, thank you all for watching. I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!